Hello and welcome back to this Airbnb Clone Ruby on Rails series. And in last video, we did set up the review item with the dummy data. These are just fake data, but we did control that if there are 6 reviews, we'll show 6 reviews. If there are more than 6 reviews, for example, let's go to third property, then we will show all reviews button, which currently is not working. It's fine. So now we'll set up details for this. Let's go to our Airbnb, go to one of the properties. So a review has a profile picture, username, their country, or maybe their city and country, both of these. Not sure how they are deciding which one. Then this is review related thing which we already have. So we need following details, right? Address, name, and profile picture. So let's try to set this up. So for that, we'll have to do a migration. Let's stop our server, clear rails g migrate, add columns to users. If you have a look at our user table, users, we have email and password related thing. We don't have the name, their address, as well as the profile picture. Okay, profile picture, let me check our properties. We don't have profile picture in our images in our properties also, so we have done that using active record. So in that case, in our migration, we don't have to include profile picture, we just have to include the address and the name. So let's focus on that. Rails g migrate, add columns to users, name, which can be string, then what, address 1, similar to our property. I am keeping it like that only. Address 1, address 2, city, state, and finally country. Let's do this. Yes, I meant that. Could you have done that on your own? Rails g migrate, no, migration. Yes, let's check our migration file first before doing it finally. Users name, address 1, address 2, address 3, city, state, country. Great. And the data type is a string. Great. Rails db and migrate. Clear. Now, as you already know, what all tables are getting affected, what all models are getting affected because of this migration? User model only. So we'll go to our model and check what all things we have to do. So it doesn't have any of these. So let's go to our user model. In parallel, I'll open our property model also. Open the split right? Yes. And we'll copy this entire validation and paste it in our user also. Why does, and we'll get rid of headline, description. We'll keep address 1, city, state, country, and name. Okay, so this will take care of our name and address related details, but we still have to set up profile picture. So if you have a look at our property, has many attached images, right? So similar to that, we have has many, no, not many, we want only one, right? So has one attached, and we'll name this as picture. Yeah, this should work. Now let's drop our database, rails db drop. Whenever you are making this presence and all these kind of validations, then you have to drop your database and restart, just to be sure that your data is actually getting set up correctly. So rails db create, let's see, rails db reset. Let's add our database. It failed on line 10 because we don't have name, address. Yes, it is expecting these details for our user. So let's go to our seeds file, because in that we have our dummy data, and add these details. Again, I will copy this directly just to keep it easy. And we don't need name and headline. So name, address 1, address 2, city, state, country. Great, it's working. So there is one issue. All these reviews are linked to our same user. We want different users here. So first we will need multiple users. So let's do that. I'll add 20 users in total. This is the first user by default. So 19 dot times do and we'll create these users, but I'll name it as dummy, not dummy, random user. And in this we'll keep password same, but we'll change the ID here. Hash, nope. Okay, so yeah, and I will be 0. Here we are starting with 1, so I'll start I plus 2. So it will be 2 and all the way up to 19, 18 plus 2, 20. Yeah, 2 to 20 will be taken care of here, and then this will be 1. So this is also done, but now we have to set up has one attached image. So if you have a look at our properties, earlier we set up our images from our database images properties, these images, right? So we can follow this process, but there is another way, which is not the best way, but still it's a bit quick. So I'll copy one of these, paste it here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, let's not do this. User dot picture, because we named it as picture, dot attach. We want to attach our picture. We need two things for that: the file and the file name. I think I'm correct here. Let me check. IO and file name, correct. So now let's generate a, for file name we can simply use user.name, user.name. Okay, but for file we'll generate it. Let's go and forum, no, faker, flickr, lorem. So I remember that we have lorem ipsum for random text, but for images we have flickr. Yes, let me copy one of these. Okay, great. So let's use this one. Paste. Okay, and similar to this, I'll do this for let me optimize this a bit. Let me generate all the pictures first. Pictures, let me create an array. Now because we have 20 profiles, we'll do 20 dot times do and inside that I'll add pictures. In this we will add this, and from that array we'll get those images. First one we'll use for this user, 0th user, and for rest we can copy this, paste it in this. We have to set this to our random user dot picture dot attach. We want this to be random I plus 1, so this will be 1 till all the way till 19. Yes, so these 20 pictures will work. Great. Let's try this. Rails DB reset. Unable to read this. Okay, I think we'll have to open it. Unable to parse read file URL in Rails. Yeah, this URL we are unable to read, right? I think we have to parse it. Let me try out one thing. I'm not fully sure if this will work. URI.parse. Let me run this. URI is uninitialized. I think it's written as this. No implicit conversion of integer into string. It's an integer that is trying to convert to a string in line 26. Okay, line 26 is this one. So again, problem is this only. I think this should work. Let's see. I have encountered this problem in past, but in Android. So I'm just thinking if similar concept will work. Okay, great. So it was unable to read whatever the output was from this URL. So what we did was we passed that URL and we opened that file, you can say, or the response that we are getting, and we use that. Once we open that, we can definitely read that. So I'm not sure how good this is. Rails. Let's start our bins, or let's open this another tab. Rails C user.all.plug. I want to see URL of all pictures. It won't allow that. So let me do one thing. User is equals to user dot first and then user dot picture. Picture does have a record with it. It's an active storage name. This. Okay, so definitely the data has been set. Let's exit this, clear, and let's check for reviews also, whether all the random users have been assigned or not. Review.all.plug, and we want to plug all the user ID, sorry. It is assigned to one only because we did not make that change. What I will do is I'll go to user, all our users, and then sample it. So it will return one of those. Exit. Rails DB reset. Already going on one session. I'll just terminate my terminal fully just to be sure. Let's close this fully. Start terminal. CD desktop, not code, YouTube, code, Airbnb, bin, no, not bin, Rails DB reset. Open another instance. Let's wait for this to finish. This will take more time now because earlier we were not using these many images, right? And whatever images we had, it was in our local database only, in DB images folder. But now we are generating those images also, then setting it to users and all those things. That's why it's taking more time. Okay, if we keep on increasing our C data, it will keep on getting longer in resetting data. Now what do we have to do? Rails c review dot all dot pluck. I want to pluck user ID. Now it has been renderized. The maximum value is 19, 19, 19, 20 and minimum is 1. So all the users have been assigned. Clear bin slash dev refresh. We will have to log in. test1@gmail.com 12056 login. Okay, now we will have to set this data. So for that, what we'll do is, I think you can do this on your own. You already have picture model which you have used. So what was that file? Views home, not home, properties, reviews. And in here, let me set another div here. And I'll write text base is small, and instead of medium I'll write this as, yeah, I'll use medium only. And let's do this. We have to go to our review. We have to find our user and we will have to use their name. Refresh, and it's working here. Similar to that, we have to do this. Instead of medium, let me use nothing. City, comma, country. Refresh, it's working, but it's way too dark. Access looks better, and instead of medium, light. No, light is way too much. Let's remove this. Looks fine to me. So now we can set the profile picture also. For that, we can go to directly our home index, and in that we did set up the image, right? Image tag. So let's use this, but the class will be different. Image tag image. Okay. Image tag, instead of image we will use review. Yeah, review dot user dot picture. Let's get rid of this. For alt keyword we can use review username. We can use this. My mistake. Alt is not working, or what? Instead of equal to this. And let's use this. Let's get rid of these. Refresh. Oh, I'm really happy that it worked. Now let's focus on this data. For this one, let's get rid of this. And again, embedded Ruby code. what do I have to write? Review dot description, not description. Let me go to our model schema, reviews, and what do we have here? Location, content. Refresh. Looks good again. Maybe we will have to restrict this in future, right? You can do that using that same technique that I did here, or maybe let me show it to you. Truncate. Let me directly write this. Truncate to 500. For testing, I'll use 50 first. Refresh. Yes, it's working. 500. Let me write 400 just to see how many lines. This is the longest, right? So 300, 200. 200 is 3 lines, so maybe 250. Okay, 200 is fine for me. Yeah, 200 is fine. Okay, and they can click on, but in this case we are not clicking on show more, right? Let's go to Airbnb. Do we have some website, some property which has less than 5 reviews? This one looks so new. Let's open a new one of these. It has 2 reviews. Show more. Okay, and 3 lines. I won't add show more to each and every one of these. You can easily do that. It will be just repetition, and I think we have already crossed 22 minutes. I would suggest you that you do that, and maybe create a PR on my branch if you my GitHub code if you want to, or create a gist. When I say gist, it means github.com. Okay, paste it here and use it and mention it in one of the comments so that anyone else can use it. If someone adds a successful code, I will quickly add it in next video and it should work. But right now I will like to save some time. Assuming that I have already taught you this thing and you guys are experienced enough in this. Now let's figure it out. Review has been done, this has been done. I have truncated this, but I won't truncate this because currently my product will be limited. We are not using show all, so in that case I at least want to show the entire content. And finally we have to focus on the rating part. So how can we do this? Let's go to one of the properties and see how the stars are represented. No one has given, okay, this one, grayish and then black. Okay. Let me log one of these things. Review.finalrating.round to 0 and refresh 2 5 times 2. Great. Let me do this outside this first. I'll remove that later on. Okay, 2 ratings and this. So now we want to highlight only 2 stars in this. So in that case, we can use I, and if I use 200, it looks like this. Great. 500 better, 300. I think let's close this color. I think 400 should be good. So let's try to use it like this. Embedded Ruby code. We'll use this, and the alternate value is black, text black. I don't think we have to write this. Greater than I plus 1. So assuming, let's see, will it work? Refresh. So it is showing 2 instead of 2. Okay, 1 less. So 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, 2 star, 2 star, 3 star. Let's go to some other property. 1, 3 star, 3 star, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3. Great. So now we can get rid of this and refresh, and this is looking like this. And maybe we can do this a bit more better. Let's give it 300 only, refresh, and looks better to me. So I hope this works for you. We have done this random data also for reviews, and yeah, that's it. And next one, we have what all things we have. We have this map, which I'll say if I have to implement this here, or we will do this in something else. We will definitely implement maps in this project, but I just don't want to repeat myself. Then we have these rules, which I'll see if we can hard code. I'll see this. Then we have these models. Okay, we have this one model here. Then there is another model in amenities, another in shoal, and share. I'll do at least 2 models. Not sure if we will do all 4, but we will do at least 2, because if I've done 2, then it should be clear that you can also do all. So in next I will decide whether I have to go with the amenities part or the reservation part or anything else. That's it for now. Thanks a lot, and bye bye.